All right, let's continue to get you all the breaking updates that we are tracking on the killing of singer Sidhu Moosewala in another round of CCTV footage that has now been accessed by Times Now. And here, what is being said, this is the CCTV footage that has been accessed from the adjoining houses that you can see the main road clearly where Sidhu Moosewala in that black car that was being followed by two other cars.
Is chilling to hear those multiple rounds, as many as 45 rounds of bullets being fired. All of that horror has been captured on CCTV cameras. You could hear that as well. Let me go across to Priyank Tripathi. Priyank, this really makes us understand the last torturous moments of the shootout as we could hear it. Priyank.
Yeah, Meghna, these are one of the audio clip which has surfaced. Yeah, Meghna, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Go ahead.
Yeah. See, apart from these CCTV footage, which is a cleansing piece of evidence for the investigating team, the biggest threat which is appearing to be those gangsters who are based in Canada, because now those gangsters who are operating from Canada are becoming more the threat for the internal security of the country over the period of these years. We know that Bodhi Brother has been operating from Canada. His conduit, Lawrence Bisnoy, has been operating from India, and they are one who are hiring these youth for the further killing and to have a dominance of their gang on the grounds. They have what we are getting to know that the Punjab police will be soon going to Delhi, where Lawrence Bisnoy and Kala Jateri is also there. Lawrence has a very strong foothold if you talk about the crime syndicate in the state of Punjab. But for the operations in Haryana, Lawrence has always used Kala Jateri, who is also under the police custody of Delhi police these days, while the Delhi police is probing a case of Makoka. So it will be very important to see that whether these criminals were brought from Haryana or they were from Punjab, because the manner in which this operation has been carried out, these encounter and assassination has been carried out by these gangsters. It was a very thought and well-planned strategy opted by these gangsters.
Well, you must tell us about the FIR as well, which Times Now has managed to access. The details of the FIR, where in chilling detail you have the father telling us what really happened. A lot has been talked about the security. Where were his security men, the two commandos who were assigned to him, and how did this entire unfortunate tragedy unfold? Priyank.
See, by going by what the victims and deceased father has stated to the local police, he says that his son was spotted by the family members leaving from his residence in this black color Thar vehicle at around 4:30, and at around 5 to 5:15 scene. His vehicle was intercepted by two of these vehicles, and he was shot dead by these criminals. The father is also talking about that how they got to know that there were series of threats which were received by his son, who was a very famous singer. But over the period of then a few minutes, he spotted his son lying on the driving seat, and then when he took him to the hospital, he was declared brought dead. The role of Lawrence Bisnoy has also been mentioned by the father in the FIR which has been filed by the local police, and now what we have got to know that he has also written a letter to the Punjab Chief Minister, and he has also requested that since it's a matter which is related to terrorism in the state of Punjab, it would be better that the NIA, which is a National Investigating Agency, should go into this deal, because the nexus of the drug operation, the nexus of these gangsters with the terrorist element and anti-national has been clearly established over the period of few years by several agencies. But the Punjab police has given this task to the SIT, which is looking into this case, and they are hoping that very soon they will be able to come to some kind of conclusion. They have already recovered the two vehicles which was used in the commission of crime. But the fact remains that the suspects who are right now operating from abroad are certainly in Canada, are said to be in Canada, and Canada is certainly coming up as one other gangster based in Canada as appearing to be another big threat for India's internal security, because they are away from the clutches of the Indian law enforcing agency, and through various mutual legal agreement treaty, it is difficult for the agencies to go and probe them on a daily basis or to bring them back to the country. It's a long and lengthy process. Till that time it happens, the agencies have to wait, and that is causing these kind of assassination attempt here in India.
The developments on that front, we are in fact getting more breaking news as well that we are quickly shifting focus across to. In fact, this regarding the larger plot as to what could have happened. Back-to-back news breaks only on Times Now. The Bishnoi hatched the murder plot from Tihar. Cops are all set to question him. In fact, we'll be going across to Bhavtosh for more details on what really has happened on that front, because now, and this is something that Priyank has also been telling us, that Bishnoi is one of the entire Canada link which is being looked into. One of the key players of that is going to be Bishnoi, and how he could have hatched a murder plot. Where right now he is locked up in Tihar. How did he manage? Well, a lot of questions are now going to be asked and put forth now. In fact, let me go across to Priyank. Priyank, perhaps you can explain to us how was Bishnoi allegedly getting in touch with Brar if he was locked up inside Tihar jail? Well, we'll try and reconnect with Priyank Tripathi, get you more details of that. The communication was happening very clearly via virtual numbers, and this man, despite being locked up inside the Tihar jail, had managed to plot this murder. Let me go across to Bhavtosh Singh, our senior editor, with more details. Bhavtosh, you must explain to us how Bishnoi allegedly plotted and murdered a man who was enjoying state security at that time, and that too sitting inside the Tihar jail.
Well, adding to what Priyank has said, it's known that Punjab singers, or for that matter sports persons, owe their allegiance to various gangs who are active not only in Punjab but also in Haryana and Delhi. In this present case, it all goes back to the rivalry that happened between Sidhu Moosewala and also between Medhula. The rivalry led to the killing of Vicky Medhula in broad daylight in Mohali, and it was in fact a bitter fallout between these two singers. It's been said that Sidhu Moosewala took help of Lucky Patial and also that of Moshe Chaudhary and the Dhambia gang. And then subsequently, sharpshooters of the gang were arrested by the Delhi police. Now, when these sharpshooters were arrested, it was known that Lucky Patial gang had killed them. Subsequently, this information was shared with Punjab police. Now, Punjab police took custodial remand of these sharpshooters and questioned them. Where it becomes very interesting and complicated is as soon as the Delhi police arrested these sharpshooters, Sidhu Moosewala's manager, Shagan, he fled to Australia on a tourist visa. This happened very quickly in April, and Sidhu Moosewala was never questioned by Punjab police, though his name came up in the interrogation report of the 4 sharpshooters who were arrested by the Delhi police and then subsequently by the Punjab police. So he was very much under the radar of.
In fact, let's put out those details of the Canada-Delhi link, which is now emerging. That is going to explain Lawrence Bishnoi that Bhavtosh is speaking about. We are going to put up the graphics of Lawrence Bishnoi. Well, the police are claiming that he's the person who could be behind. There you have it. That man on your screens, you can look at him. He's the one who manages to run his gang from the Rajasthan jail as well. Goldie Brar has been part of Lawrence Bishnoi's gang. In fact, not just that, Goldie Brar, the second name which is coming up in the police investigation, putting out the graphics of that as well. The Canada-based gangster, he is a close associate of Lawrence Brar. He was supposed to be the key suspect in it. He's likely to have hired shooters to kill Moosewala. In fact, the police are claiming that the singer as well as the manager's role are currently also under the scanner as to who have aided this murder. The third person, and this is Lucky Patial. This notorious gangster, he is currently jailed in Armenia. He is allegedly very close to Sidhu Moosewala as well. His role is also being looked into. He is accused of killing Akali leader Vicky Midhu Kheda. So these are the pieces of the jigsaw puzzle that we are trying to bring together to you. The police are probing into it. The SIT is looking into it as to how was this murder being planned and carried out, that of a high security target. Who found the target at the time when he did not enjoy the security of the 2 commandos? The reason behind that, of course, is a lot of politics. That aside, when it comes to the investigation front, let me go across to Bhavtosh with all the details on that. There are these 3 names at least, Bhavtosh, which are coming up. But before I come to you, this is what the DGP has to say about the larger conspiracy angle.